Hello again there, YouTube fans. This is the Real Creepy Doll Man here. I'm back with an all-new episode, but this is not a normal episode. This is a double episode. So that means the Real Creepy Doll Man worked twice as hard. All YouTube fans and all you Die Hard Real Creepy Doll Man fans from around the world. It is May the 16th of 2022. Time is now 1:12 a.m. Okay, this is the bonus episode the Real Creepy Doll Man wanted to bring in. Okay, I decided to bring this doll back for a reason. If you don't remember her face, I'll show you the body. This was the original body for the doll. I showed her in the last video. It's one of the dolls I said I was going to rework and refix. What I did was I found another body for this doll. I decided to use a different body. The body came off of one that I used for Jerry Lott's doll that I used in the anniversary for his death. Here's the head for that doll. Now notice the skin tone is way too dark. And what it is, I wanted the right skin tone for that body. But since I couldn't get it from where I got the bodies donated. I think one or two. No, I got not two. I think it was either two or three donated from a thrift store. And then after that, the lady gave me a few other dolls that she gave me donated from the thrift store. And this wasn't good from a Goodwill. This was actually from another thrift store. And I'm not going to say the name of it because she only helped me one time. Now, the Goodwill will never do that for me. I'll tell you why. Because they want you to pay for them. And I don't think that's right to certain people. And I got the body plus another body for the other doll. I had two bodies for the doll plus a few other dolls that she gave me. And she was a nice lady, and I think she was the one that run the store. She was the manager of the store. So I got to thank her very much for giving me the bodies to fix my dolls. Now I used this head temporarily on the other doll before, but you notice the difference here. Sad story, I used it and it was kind of loose. As you can see why it was loose. See how deep the hole is. It goes farther up inside the chamber of that hole there. Now that is actually a very big hole that should not be there. Now, if you don't have a neck connector piece to go up inside that, then you're going to have problems putting that on a Barbie doll body or in a 1/6 doll body of a 12-inch body for like a action figure body if you wanted to put one of these on there. But you have to put it on a special type of body. Now you see what I'm doing with this? I'm trying to make it, I have put some glue up inside this, if you can see. I don't know if you can see it on the cam because it's the light's on it. You can barely see it, but if you can see it, I can't get it to focus off that. But there is glue up inside there. Forgive my sake, my mouth's a little dry. You see the glue up inside there? I'm trying to round it all perfectly to make a shorter version of that in glue and try to round it off in glue. As I let that set, I would probably let it harden to make it into a plastic form. So it'd be easy to put on another doll body in time. And as I have a body for it right now, will it be easy to put together or not? I had to make a choice. Will I have to use that body or get another one? That will be up to me before I use it. I may decide to get rid of the body because it has a lot of problems with the body. For instance, the neck needs a piece to go inside of it. I'm going to have to need a small rod to hold the neck peg in place before I have to glue the whole piece together. Then the neck peg will have to be glued, or should I say the rod had to be glued at one end to hold in place before I slide the neck peg in there, which will be this piece right here when I rework the project, this piece here. And then I'm going to change this part by cutting this piece off and just leave the bottom tip right here on there, which will be right about here is all I want to make that peg complete. Now the other part is I'm going to keep parts of the body here. I'm going to keep the legs, the leg peg, and I'm going to keep the neck peg for reusing for the next body for the next doll to rebuild the next Barbie doll. Notice I brought this little guy out here. I bought this one too, and I had to fix him as well. Now this is an action figure. This is a Series 5 McFarlane Movie Maniac action figure. And this is of the Wishmaster. The only thing wrong with it, it had a broken arm, or I should have said the arm wasn't completely broken, but the peg was kind of loose in the arm, and it had to be twisted back on. I tried my best to twist it back in. Instead of doing so, it made it worse, and it stretched the peg that holds the arm together to make it, you can only turn these arms so much. And I can tell you, you can only turn them in so much that they'll break off. And another thing is, part of his tentacle on his ordeal here on the other side is broken off. And it's missing a part of it. But other than that, he's perfectly good in detail. He still, looks kind of cool. And anybody who has his action figure knows this is a cool action figure to have. If you have any McFarlane toy line, but notice it's not a very good toy line because it doesn't have a lot of articulation. Now this type of figure was made for one thing and one thing only. They're made for display and not for playing with. I believe McFarlane only made these for display only and not to play with. It's kind of a shame that he did not make these action figures where they have movement and have articulation where they can move their arms, legs, elbows, and everything. And at the knee or at the foot or anything else, or even at the head, you don't have any movements. If McFarlane decided to go back and release this action figure, I would like to see it have actually clothes instead of the rubber and plastic look to it, and make it more hideous than before. And make it more bigger than this one and more taller, maybe about 8 inches. Because NECA has a better version out there, and theirs can do articulation, and they have ones with clothes, which I like to get down the line. But they are very expensive. They go anywhere from about $33, and I see some go up to $60 to $70. It's outrageous. And a lot of them go higher than that if it's a very rare piece. But what you see is what you got. Now I'll go back to this one again. The only thing wrong with this doll is at the bottom as well. I'm covering her feet up because around at the ankle, above where the leg is, there are some chew marks. And the shoes, actually her pumps, are actually covering up the chew marks on the other side, which is on the left side is worse than the right. Or should I say, no, it's the right side is worse than the left, which is this side. Because this side you see on the left side is actually the right side is in bad shape. Chewed up from the front and also in the back. This side is only chewed up in the front on one side. But who chewed it up, I don't know. Was it a kid or was it an animal? It's hard to say. Now I say this to all the fans. I'm still rebuilding a lot of stuff in a few dolls. Now I say keep watching more to come because there will be new episodes from The Real Creepy Doll Man. What will they be? And oh yes, will The Real Creepy Doll Man ever build the last doll? And the final doll in the 5 pieces is in. That will be a mystery. And this is The Real Creepy Doll Man saying to all the fans out there, goodbye. And God bless you all.